Have you ever noticed how the tiniest sound at night, a crack in your knee, a pop in your lower back, or that dull pulse in your hips, suddenly feels 10 times louder than it should? You turn in bed, and your joints announce every move, and for a split second you wonder, is this the moment things finally get worse? If you felt that fear, you're not alone. Millions over 60 feel the same thing every night. But here's the part most people never hear. Those nighttime joint sounds are actually your body trying to tell you something specific. And fixing it may be far simpler than you think. Keep watching, because what you'll learn next can bring more ease to your joints than many seniors ever experience. Have you ever noticed how your body stiffens the moment you're finally ready to relax at night? You lie down, and suddenly your hips tighten, your lower back burns, or your knees send that dull, familiar ache. And sometimes, in the middle of the night, you feel that tiny wobble when you stand, the one that makes you wonder if your legs are starting to lose their strength. If you've felt these moments, you're not imagining things, and you're definitely not alone. But here's the part most people never realize. These aches and balance changes are actually signals, very early signals, your body uses to warn you about one specific issue before it gets worse. And once you understand that signal, everything about your mobility can begin to change. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. Why are these Japanese bedtime exercises almost completely unknown in the West? Japan, a country famous for longevity, has been using these gentle nighttime movements for decades. Yet most seniors in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia have never even heard of them. And here's the part that surprises most people. These exercises only work their magic at night, not in the morning, not midday, but in those calm, quiet minutes before you fall asleep. Even more interesting, these slow, simple movements can unlock joints that have felt stiff or painful for 10, 20, even 30 years. And the reason has everything to do with what happens inside your muscles, joints, and nervous system during sleep. Once you understand this, you'll never look at nighttime stiffness the same way again. When you see phrases like, "goodbye old age," or "it heals the body," don't worry. This isn't some miracle cure or wild promise. What we're talking about is something simple, practical, and proven. Better mobility, less stiffness, and deeper, more restorative sleep. These Japanese bedtime exercises don't reverse age. They simply undo the tension and compression that age, stress, and years of daily pressure have built up in your joints, spine, and circulation. In Japan, these nighttime movements are part of a quiet tradition. They focus on gently decompressing the spine, helping your fluids move, and calming the nerves before sleep so your body can repair itself more effectively. Take the pressure off your joints, let the body relax, and things naturally start to feel younger, freer, and lighter. No magic. Just giving your body what it's been craving for years. But here's the part most seniors never hear. The biggest enemy after 60 isn't daytime activity. It's nighttime inflammation and overnight joint compression. While you sleep, your spine slowly settles, your joints tighten, and fluids settle in ways that increase stiffness. That's why so many people over 60 say the same thing every morning. I feel older when I wake up than when I went to bed. But here's what almost no one realizes. Not everyone's body reacts this way. Some seniors wake up stiff, swollen, and hesitant to take that first step, while others wake up surprisingly loose, steady, and comfortable. And the difference often comes down to a few tiny habits in the minutes before bed, habits that quietly decide which group you fall into. The explanation surprises most people, and once you understand it, you'll never look at nighttime the same way again. But here's the good news. Real relief is absolutely possible, and it doesn't require strength, flexibility, or pushing your body past its limits. These 5 simple Japanese bedtime exercises work together to melt away years of built-up tension, open tight joints, improve circulation, and gently release the nerves that get compressed while you sleep. And when your body gets this kind of support before bed, something amazing happens. You don't just sleep better. You wake up with a different kind of energy, the kind where your first few steps feel lighter instead of painful. But here's what surprises almost everyone. The real transformation usually shows up around day 3. It starts slowly, and then suddenly something shifts. Your joints feel looser, your back feels calmer, your legs feel steadier, and you realize your body is improving in ways you hadn't felt in years. To give you a taste of what's coming, here's a quick glimpse of the 5 Japanese bedtime exercises that may soon become the most comforting part of your night. First is the spine reset stretch, a gentle movement that lengthens a compressed spine and takes pressure off the lower back almost immediately. Then comes the Japanese pelvic rock, a tiny motion with a surprisingly powerful effect. It loosens the hips, frees trapped nerves, and prepares your legs for a pain-free morning. Next is the lymphatic wave, a soothing flow that helps drain swelling from your ankles, knees, and hands so you don't wake up feeling puffy or stiff. After that, you'll learn the hip joint unlocker, a slow, controlled release that targets the joints most responsible for balance and mobility after 60. And finally, there's the sleep-inducing breath and release, a calming technique used in Japan to quiet the nervous system and signal your body that it's safe to repair itself deeply through the night. Each one is simple, each one feels good, and each one brings you closer to a body that moves the way it used to. Before we dive into each move, there's something important to keep in mind. If you skip even one of these, your next morning may feel exactly the same as yesterday. That stiffness in your lower back, that tightness gripping your hips, that pressure in your knees, they all tend to return if even one part of your routine is left out. And that's why every exercise in this series carries its own kind of urgency. As you listen, you might notice one that makes you think, that's the spot that's been bothering me the most. What if skipping this keeps me from finally improving? Because the truth is, these are the same movements senior physiotherapists in Japan rely on every single day, and the very exercises they wish more Western seniors knew about gentle habits that quietly reduce stiffness, protect your joints, improve balance, and help prevent the swelling and nerve pressure that make mornings so frustrating. So as we move forward, stay with me. Because each step you take tonight could be the difference between waking up older or waking up restored. Here's the real reason these bedtime exercises work so well. They're timed perfectly with how your body naturally heals itself at night. Japan has some of the lowest rates of spinal degeneration in the world, not because people work harder, but because they prepare their bodies for rest in a smarter way. When you gently decompress your spine before bed, you remove the pressure that would normally build for hours while you sleep. When you stimulate lymph flow, you help your body clear out the inflammation that causes morning stiffness. And when you calm the nervous system, you unlock the deep, restorative stage of sleep where real cellular repair takes place. The stage many seniors never reach because tension and pain keep the body on high alert. That's why these movements matter. They're not workouts. They're signals, quiet instructions telling your body, you can heal now. And the best part? Just 5 minutes of these exercises can change the next 24 hours of your life. 5 minutes to move easier. 5 minutes to wake up lighter. 5 minutes to feel like age isn't speeding up quite so fast. Starting tonight, imagine waking up tomorrow without that familiar ache in your lower back, without that tight pull in your hips, without that slow, careful first step that reminds you you're getting older. Picture opening your eyes and feeling light, loose, and steady, as if your body finally stopped working against you. Because here's something most people never hear. Stiffness doesn't just appear overnight. It builds twice as quickly when the body stays still for too long. As your joints compress and settle, morning becomes the moment you feel it most. But now, you have the routine that gently interrupts that cycle. A simple way to keep your joints open, calm your nerves, improve circulation, and give your body the best possible chance to repair itself while you sleep. Tonight can feel different. Tomorrow can feel different. And it all begins with these 5 small movements your future self will be grateful for. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe so you never miss another life-changing health tip.